What's going on, guys? This is Kayanne back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a melody for Drake's Certified Lover Boy. I'm going to be showing you guys how I came up with the chord progression, how I came up with the vocals. Let's get straight into it. Now that we are in FL, the first thing I'm going to do is add a keyscape. I think I'm going to go for like a cinematic. Hear that? I like that sound, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of a low cut, maybe at -12 around there, just so the lows don't overpower everything else. Now for the chord progression, I am going to be using my MIDI, but I will explain the theory and everything else, because you could do everything in the MIDI as well, just clicking it in. Okay, I have this. Let's hear what this sounds. I am also in the key of A sharp, so I'll change this to make that mirror that. Okay, this last chord I don't really like. Maybe we could probably just even like that. We can probably just do something like this, where we just use this chord over here. Just cut this and see how this sounds. Yeah, that's way better. Let's just get everything pretty much on time. Okay, so let me explain the music theory real quick. So I started on the 1, and then I went to the 3rd for the minor. Obviously, if we let the minor sequence continue, it'd be like that. But instead of going up, I went down. Right? And if we continue going further back, so that this D sharp that's supposed to be here to make that 7th chord, instead of keeping it up here, I brought it down an octave to make it a bass note instead. So that's that. The next chord is very simple. We just went up a semitone. So if you can see, the light row is right here. It just went up the next light row, up the next light row, up the next light row. This one just went up the next light row. I made a little a groove right here, so it would hit it again and then move into the next chord. The next chord follows the exact same pattern. It just goes up a semitone. So in this particular case, basically what had happened is this is the root chord basically, because it starts from the 1 and it's the normal triad that everyone's familiar with. But instead of starting on this chord, all the first chord and the second chord builds up into this chord, and then it just goes back down. So we're just working in reverse basically. Otherwise a like average chord progression would go something like this instead. You know what I'm saying? But to make it more spicy, we just inversed the order that normally people do it in. The reason why I didn't do as many flourishes on this MIDI, particularly as of right now, is because Drake uses a lot of vocal samples. I personally don't like sampling all that much, so I normally do my own vocals myself, but you can use Arcade, you can use Splice, you can go on YouTube. It's all up to you. But in this case, I'm going to be using my own voice, and I'll be showing you guys what I do to vocals to make them sound like they were sampled. You know that I need. You know that I need. You know that I need. You know that I. And obviously we both know that we have to pitch this up in an octave. But before we get into all the effects, I'm just going to edit the chord progression to match our vocals. So I'm thinking maybe something like that. Let's play it. something like that. Obviously, I'm not the best pianist. Okay, let's hear that. Sounds pretty good. Okay, for this side, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna add 2 notes. So right here, when it goes to dun 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 dun, when it goes to dun 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 dun. So let's hear this. Yeah, right there. That's great. So we can see it coming together, and we only have 2 elements. The next thing we need to do is add a bass, because obviously that bass on just that keyscape is not going to work out all too well. But yeah, we got that vocal simply from using our own mouth, and I'm not the best singer. I just use auto-tune and pitch everything up, and it sounds good at the end of the day. For the bass, we're just going to keep it simple, and we're just going to follow the root notes or our bass notes. We don't need to overcomplicate this. Okay, something I want to do to the vocals is called formant shifting. Basically, I think the vocals are a little too high, and I want them to sound a little more natural. There are a lot of plugins you can use to get this effect, but I'm going to be using Little Alter Boy. So I'm opting to go for a octave on the pitch and +6 on formant, and the derive like that much. And I'm going to consolidate it. That much reverb is pretty good, 45%. And I'm going to be using just the ping pong effect on Fruity Delay 3. And I'm just going to put down the mix level of it to like 25. We're not done yet. There is one crucial thing that all of Drake's samples turn into. We need to first consolidate this. This technique is known as downsampling. So we have our sample here that we have just created. What you want to do is double click it, right click the waveform, and put it in Edit in Audio Editor. It's going to open it in Edison. From here, you're going to want to right click the sample rate, and we're going to want to change this to about 1,000. You can experiment with this, but I typically go from 1,000 all the way to 3,200. And you want to click resample. This is very important. You want to click resample. Then you click accept, drag it out. Now this sample definitely would have worked on its own in the past, but now on Certified Lover Boy, he's using a lot of Houston elements where it's really open and there's just a big pad and bass underneath. So I'm going to make a B-side to this. We're going to use the same chords, just simplified without the flourishes. And I'm going to use an analog lab pad called Afterpad. Should sound like this. On that pad, we have a Valhalla Supermassive. This is a free plugin by Valhalla, so there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't have this. I have it on the Hydra Harp, and the mix here, I put it to around there. I also have a Tau Filter 2. This is also a free plugin. I have it on one of these presets. I forgot which one it is. I think it's the Trans Volume Gate. Yep, and on 8. So it gives it a little bit of movement. Now to start putting on some drums. Okay, I've made the drums and everything, and I've arranged everything. I'll go through the drums real quick. So for the kick pattern, it's really simple. It's simply hitting on these notes right here. The snare is hitting at these intervals, and the hi-hat is pretty much on double time. And it sounds like this. This is the arrangement of the beat.
This that K? Woo! Woo!
Now, if you're new to this channel, we do a thing on here where we take the acapella of the artist we're trying to emulate and we put it on the beat that we made for them. So this is the beat with the acapella.
Hey, feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear these bitches nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on this head, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for a while, you can't control me. Uno those traits in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they do on my name turn to soil, and I grew about it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gon' do about it. Big wheels keep rolling, rolling. Outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here. Outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Look, don't invite me over if you throw another pity party. Looking back, it's hard to tell you where I started. I don't know who loved me, but I know that it ain't everybody. I can never love her, she a busybody. Baby, if you want me, can't be turning up with everybody. Nah, can't be fucking on this anybody. Yeah, I got feelings for you, that's the thing about it. Yeah, you know that it's over when I sing about it. Yeah, mama used to be on disability, but gave me this ability. And now she walking with her head high and her back straight. I don't think you feeling me, I'm out here being everything they said I wouldn't be, it couldn't be. I don't know what happened to them guys that said they would.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.